Hello everybody and welcome to the final time I'll be playing the good old Doris. We're just going to try to have some fun and I'll kind of go behind a lot of the knowledge that I have accrued over the time of playing, especially with Doris. So the way I see this map is there's two ways to do things. Way one is to buy the Kar98K, stay in here for like 3 rounds, use the pistol in round 1, round 2 you one-shot the body and then you headshot. Shit like that, basic shit. Then round 3 you just go for like, headshots essentially. And then, you can either go for the Thompson or the MP40. There you go, you're literally set up. So hey, Kar98K, actually good, crazy. Or, alternatively, you could just buy the M1A1 off the wall. I recommend going the MP40 way, not buying the MP40 every single time, but going that way in general every single time, because you don't even need to buy either of these doors, like this door, that door, or the door over there. Like that entire side of the map you just don't even need to buy. Pardon me. My my crazy case of dying is still happening. But I hope all of you are doing very, very well. Because, if I'm sick, there's probably a few people who are also sick, watching this video who are just like, God damn, do I need something to watch? Jesus. I want to do the campaign, because I also want to do some, like, can you beat the campaign with only X thing? Okay. In BO2, that would not have hit. But yeah, it's essentially just staying here for 3 rounds. Like, it's not that hard. And even if you do buy the doors, you're typically going to stay in here anyway for a bit, because those areas are really tight quarters. Like, that one is less tight quarters, like, in there. But, like, that side especially is very close quarters, and, by the time you get to, like, round 3, I mean, like, yeah, you could actually probably just buy into it. But not fully. So you can't go all the way yet. Jesus, you are fast. The way the heads bob make it so much harder to line up a headshot. But it's fine at the end of the day. A double headshot, that's nice. But, yeah, like, overall, this map is very simple. There's nothing too crazy you have to learn about it. It's just simple. If you want to camp, if you want to train, here's a place, here's a place. And that's what I love about old school zombies, is it's just very formulaic and allows you to do your own thing. I feel like in, like, nowadays, it's like, okay, you play Drak, you need to do the dragons by these rounds, and if you don't, you're gonna fucking die, because I said so. Because everything in, like, BO3 onwards is just Wonder Weapon good, me want, yes. And, like, that's it. It's also kind of like that in, BO2, to a degree. Especially, like, Origins, a little bit in Mob of the Dead as well. But it's just a generalized, reoccurring theme that, as zombies went on, it kind of just became like, oh, we'll do quests for wonder weapons. Except for, the one map everyone hated, Gorod Grovey. Probably because it didn't have a 50,000 step long Easter egg. Like, those wacky developers not giving us what we want. When, we remember that Activision is a shitty company, and the employees probably don't get what they want. Safety. So, why the fuck would they give us, like, an hour-long, fully animated fucking animation movie, essentially, even, of the Apothecan War, when fucking people in Activision can't even go 3 days without being fucking sexually violated? Like, do you really think a company like that is able to accomplish such things? And it's not even a hot take, it's just fact that Activision is just not the best company. And I really hope that they fucking learn some lessons soon. But they're not going to, because they're just like, oh, but Overwatch though. Because it's fucking, they merged Activision and Blizzard together so then they could stay afloat, essentially. It's just depressing. Because, like, both of these companies were so good in, like, the early 2010s and, like, you know, from 2000 to fucking, and even older with Blizzard. Like, they were such, like, beloved fucking companies, but now they're just nothing because just really shitty management. And it's really sad to see, you know, such awesome game companies, game franchises just be absolutely destroyed by just ridiculously shitty and incompetent management. And the fact that, like, essentially every single time there's a company, essentially what happens is the moment they really get their shit together, the company is like, well, we don't want to pay for you anymore because now it's going to get expensive. So then they try to get incompetent people who are just completely new to making video games. And then they're like, you're gonna make us the new Diablo. And it's like, I've never made a game in my life yet, sir. You're gonna make us the new Diablo with a smile and enthusiasm. That is literally the headquarters of Blizzard. Well, we can. Okay. So we already have one of the doors open because we got the MP40. That's the other reason why I like getting the MP40 so much, is it also just opens up that door, meaning that later on you don't have to deal with opening it up. So we're just going to go for a very formulaic approach to this game. So we're just like really just going to go into it like as if like we're not even trying to do a gun. Like we're just trying to play the game essentially. Okay, because there's now that they're not teleporting in, I know that there's not going to be any more. Which means I can now just kind of like take my time relaxing a little bit more. Abusing corners and such. By Serpentine real good, the zombie dog will have a harder time hitting me. But sometimes he still will. Because the lunge attack of the zombie dogs is also insane in World at War. Also, they're fucking obnoxious as all hell.
15.
Like, can you hear them? Like, fucking hell. There you go.
Teleport successful.
Okay. And then we'll just simply spin this a little bit because we're at the MP40. We're fine for a bit. MP40 trench gun. That seems that works. I mean, like at the end of the day, like you know, like it annoys me because I really just want to show off the PTRS and I want to really show it off and all of that stuff. But like it just doesn't give it to me ever. But like, hey, it was a one-shot body shot on round 18 Unpack-a-Punched. So hey, like, part of me is really thinking of doing this in knock. But it is a slow-moving weapon, so it's not like it's fucking particularly crazy. And the one annoying thing about World at War, and you'll always notice this, is zombies kind of bounce off of each other and then go around each other a lot more. So it's really harder to get, like, it's really hard to actually get really good straight lines of zombies. which is what the penetrator obviously thrives on.
Slice and dice, baby. Freak sack. Not
There you
even
go.
close, freak bag.
And now I can essentially just...
Skin maggot whores.
Yeah, there we go.
Now I got something fun to bring to the party.
Who would have guessed? The game was actually nice to me. That is actually fucking amazing. Awesome. Because the only thing that's hard about making these videos is getting the guns. The only problem now is I have two slow-moving weapons.
15. 10. 9. 8.
It feels so like bum 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 bum,
Piece upgraded.
like that joke.
I told you I wasn't on the menu.
Successful.
That will help.
Hoorah,
Okay, so we're already 1,000 into our kind of thing. We need Pack-a-Punch, and then we need like Speed Cola 100%. But essentially, the way I view the PTRS is a camping weapon. I've said this before. I feel like the best way to use the PTRS is often just to camp on the catwalk with it. And that's why it's good. That's all the reasons you need. However,
Can't touch this.
very much so still not the best.
Can't touch this. Chew on that, maggot sacks. That just never gets old.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason we didn't get, it didn't look like we didn't really get the
Living
points
the fast life.
that I thought I would be getting. I guess I like got the points immediately and then shot a few zombies and said, "Oh, I'll have my points for the double tap now, for the Pack-a-Punch." But no, in fact not. But yeah, if you got the PTRS and you put it into like BO3 zombies, it would be fucking insane. Like it would be a fucking insane weapon.
Get out of my way.
But yeah, for now we're just gonna go and we're just gonna have some fun. MG42 fun.
Ooh, fucking raw, motherfuckers. Drop it. If you were cool, he'd go pick that up and swing with it. Hey, someone needs to clean up those freak bits.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So now probably should actually go when it's a dog round, now that I think about it. Because if it's not a dog round, we're gonna have a lot of issues with a lot of different things. Movement speed is obviously the #1 drawback of this weapon. And the fact that it just has a little bit of a hard time.
Dude's just in. Dempsey is a fucking badass.
Also, weapon switching in this game is a fucking death sentence. Like if you're back here
Bad habit.
and you need to switch a weapon, you may as well just give up.
You don't mess with a Marine.
Like that's how hopelessly bad it is.
Hey, someone needs to clean up those freak bits.
Okay. We'll reload these. We'll pack-a-punch the PTRS. We might even just get a fast weapon, and we'll try to, like, I don't know. We'll think of something at least.
Hoorah! Pack a punch.
So HUD, draw HUD 0.
Where's that dead meat? Out of your depth, slackjaw.
HUD, draw HUD 1, and then we'll wait and see if it's a dog round. It is. So
Ah, shit! Here come the dogs.
we'll leave this for a little bit then. Like, this thing is meant to kill tanks. It definitely fucking kills a dog. I'm hoping that this just helps with its fire rate a little bit more.
I'm thirsty.
And then we'll do HUD, draw HUD 1. So it becomes the penetrator. It's very good. That's basically all you have to know. You still have to, like, I think if Deadshot was on this map, which I know was introduced in BO1, I know. But if that was on this map, I feel like this could be a no-scope king kind of weapon. But as it is currently, there's just too much variables. They kind of make it that you can't no-scope with this weapon.
Chew on that, maggot sacks.
Which really just hurts it overall. But I mean, like, it is, like, kind of semi-auto. So you can kind of just, like, you know.
Told you it wasn't on the menu. Not even close, freak bag. Eat it, freak bags. You're KIA, maggot sack.
Fucking hell.
Not even close, freak bags.
Whew.
Hey, need a cleanup on aisle 4.
But you can definitely tell the problem with the weapon. The problem is just that you move so slowly. I think this, the penetrator, would be such a better weapon if they just did what they did with a lot of other weapons, and made it that it isn't as slow. Because if you were moving at this speed, and then you could just be like, boop, like this weapon wouldn't be that bad. But hey, look at it. It has 8 bullets, which is 3 more than I believe it starts with. And other than that, they really kind of didn't do much. Zombie balance at this time was kind of like, we'll either make it have more damage or more ammo. And with this weapon, they went with more damage. So a headshot from this fucker will easily kill like around 35 zombie. It's basically the L6A1 if you've ever played BO1.
On the menu. Can't touch this.
Okay.
Don't fuck with a Marine.
But as you can see, it definitely shreds whatever it hits. Which is why it's so amazingly fun to use.
Told you it wasn't on the menu. Dude's just in. Dipsy is a fucking badass. Don't you puss bags get the idea yet?
Okay.
Gun juice is running low. Gonna need to get some ammo soon.
And then we'll just go with the good old STG-44.
Gun's getting hungry. Time to feed.
The Spats 447 Plus, my classic.
Dempsey's Butcher Shop is open for business.
We can have a little bit more
Some
fun.
rounds. Gun's getting hungry. Time to feed.
We can try to get a train going, and then if it doesn't work, we can just simply, you know, fuck off. Okay.
Raining lead on you, puss buckets. Ah, just what we need. A cluttered battlefield. Can't touch this.
Okay.
Hell yeah, that was sweet. Gun's getting hungry. Time to feed. Don't fuck with a marine.
Okay, that was silly plays on my end.
Menu. Hey, freak bag. I think you dropped your arm.
Okay.
Don't you puss bags get the idea
Dog
yet?
round? Please? Come on, dog round. Yes! But yeah, it takes 2 knives to kill a dog in this game. Go and compare that to BO3.
Need to round up some rounds.
There we go. However, more importantly. Oh man, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. I haven't been able to use this weapon really at all. I know I'm gonna die with it very shortly. Because, you know, good things don't always last. But it's fine, and I just love this weapon. I'm okay having the memory of having a great time, instead of always needing to have a great time. I'm kind of one of those people, where it's like, I'm okay with, like, you know, I don't want to always be the center of attention. I don't like being the center of attention, really, at all. Whoa, that's kind of... Whoa, and I'm dead. Whoa, well. That was weird. They kind of let me live for a minute there. I knew it would happen eventually. I knew it would. I knew that I would do something stupid and I'd die. But we're keeping it. That is going to be... That is just going to be the fucking video. I hope you all really enjoyed. This is essentially the final video of World at War. There's still 2 left, but both of them have been used heavily throughout. But those are the Browning and the MG42. I want to do the MG42 and Browning on Shinonuma and Nock, because I feel like those are just interesting, and then it would just mean that every map kind of has a good amount of representation. But yeah, I hope you all really, really enjoyed this. I loved, and I still do love, World at War so much. I'm actually not really too familiar with a lot of what World at War had to offer, because I only ever played Nock. I didn't really get to play any other maps in World at War. It was Nock, and I think maybe on the iOS version you could also play Verrucht. Maybe. So I only ever really played Verrucht, maybe, and Nock. And I will say Verrucht is a very special map. All of the World at War maps are all very special. Doris is only special because of Pack-a-Punch. But other than that, I feel like everything about the World at War was so amazing and something that you can't replicate today. It was a mode that was meant just to be a fun extra mode that they really wanted to throw in. It was a passion project. Nowadays, you don't see passion in Treyarch and Blizzard and Activision. Because of all of the terrible sexual assault, terrible work conditions, terrible management, as well as just the fact that they just tried to cover it up so many times. So, the reason why we're not seeing ridiculously good quality content anymore, the reason why Overwatch PvE was cancelled essentially, is not because they don't have the money, it's because they have the money to silence the people that they abuse constantly on a day-to-day basis. And I know even now that they will still be doing the same thing, because the only thing that's changed is now Bobby Kotick gets to be living in a villa, with now a new, shittier version of him, probably abusing more people, because that is how management works in this world. But yeah. We can still focus, though, on the wonderful games that have come out, such as BO1, BO2, and BO3. I definitely want to do some maybe challenge runs. I'm terrible with scripts, but I feel like I can string something along. I would love to do the entire World at War campaign using only pistols, or like secondaries or something. But yeah, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.